Hi there, this is Diecast channel. In this video I'm going to show you this 1947 Cadillac. This is made at a 1/18 scale, made by Anson Diecast, and this is a very simple model. It's a budget model, so I'm going to show you. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel, to leave your like and your comments below, and click the bell for news. So let's take a better look at it. Well, this car is a 12-inch long die-cast model, which is in a 1/18 scale, equivalent to a 17.7 feet long car. So it's a full-size car. It's an American classic. And what is very interesting about this 1947 Cadillac is this front here that really reminds the one of Chevrolets of the time, except that the Cadillac is a little bit more sophisticated with this rectangles mesh grille pattern, as we can see here. The front of this car is very interesting and very nice, and also very elegant. And as we pop the hood open, we can see an engine, which is all made in black. All details are made in black, even the cables and all that stuff. They're supposed to be in the engine bay. The engine bay itself, it's really well made, but the engine doesn't go all the way down, so it's a piece. The engine is actually cast in one piece of plastic. The front panel here is correct. The hinges are quite thin. They are not very thick, just like we find in some different brands. They are not so realistic as the original hinges we find in a real car, but they're okay. The hood opens and closes correctly. The Cadillac badge here is correct, since it was a little bit narrower and steeper in this V-shaped badge as you find here. The trim quality is pretty good. This windshield is made in a piece of plastic, which is painted in the correct colors, and the windshield wipers are separate pieces. These sun visors here are actually with those holes, because this car is the same version that is made with a closed top. So since this is an open top, Anson just left the holes here, which could be a little bit better. Since this is an open convertible, we can take a better look inside. We can see that the seats are pretty well made. They have no seat belts. They were not usual at that time. We can see all handles and buttons and knobs, and the panel, the dashboard, steering wheel, which has this shape, and this trim around the horn should be chrome actually, so it's just made in one color, so this can be further detailed with some painting. The doors open and close correctly. They have those very simple pattern hinges, just like in some cheaper models we find. The antenna is made of plastic. The rear mirror here is missing, so I don't remember whether I've lost it or it came without it when I bought it. I had this model for a pretty long time. This car has got an automatic transmission with a gear selector right here. We can see the both pedals, gas and brake, right there. We can see this clock on the dashboard. It looks very good. Some details are made in chrome. Some details are just cast in plastic, but with no differentiation, no painting for it. The top here, which has this cover, is pretty well made. It's made in a piece of plastic, but it really simulates the fabric that was supposed to be here as a top cover. And the trim around here is pretty well made as well. The trunk lid, as we pop it open, we can see that the trunk is pretty well made. The hinges are very thin as well. They're not frail, but pretty good. We can see the spare tires should be here with a cover, and this is made in one single cast piece of plastic. But it's okay, it's correct, and the color is correct, the pattern is correct as well. The tail lights should be a little bit more detailed with some painting. Perhaps some red paint could cover this, and the chrome could shine through, so it would simulate the correct lens. Yes, we should have here. The back license plate is a sticker. The handle here is a separate piece, as well as this Cadillac badge right here in the trunk lid. The bumpers with the guards, which are pretty well made. They really looks very strong. They have no cast markings, and a single exhaust right here on the right side. The trim around the fender skirts here in the back and the quarter panels, just like they're supposed to be in a Cadillac. They didn't have that fishtail at its time. They were starting to be a little more exaggerated some years later. Wheels and tires are pretty well made with Firestone tires and those very big stainless steel wheel covers, just like they had at the time. There's a Cadillac badge here, right here in the center, and a Cadillac emblem, which is actually a decal. So this is pretty well made for a budget model, actually, which it is. And the bottom of the car is a single plastic piece, which has all details cast in. The only separate parts are the steering system here in the front axle as well. This springs right here in the back, and this piece of the muffler, but the rest of it is all cast in plastic, just like the drive shaft and the rear axle and the engine and tranny as well. So a little bit of painting could really do something a little bit better here. We have those pins here that used to be for holding the car back to its base, so perhaps cutting these off and doing some painting here could make this chassis look a little bit better. This is an axe-shaped chassis, just like we could find in those old cars. This is body and chassis car, and in general it's pretty well made. The wheels and tires are pretty good. The gas tank is correct, just could use a little paint. The spare tire compartment is correct. So the car itself as a whole, I would say that from 0 to 10, being 10 the top grade and 0 the lowest grade, could have a 7 probably. It's a simple model, it's a budget model, but it has a pretty good quality for its price. It's worth the money it's paid for. So I'd like to thank you for all views, for all likes and comments. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel, to leave your likes and your comments below, and click the bell for news. So stay tuned for the next videos. Very nice things are about to come in my channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.